Welcome back to It's a Football Show. I'm Sam Heflin. To my left is Sean Whitney, and to his left is the only guy in the room without a beard, Justin Throngard.
Rocking the no beards.
You're working on that, though, right?
No, I'm not.
Big excitement. You'll notice as I move my hand that it's not jittery and going crazy everywhere, and the white balance hasn't shifted 3 times already. It's because we got a new camera.
Booyah! Yeah. We're hitting the big stuff.
We're
it's
throwing
really
money
nice.
at this show.
Yeah.
For the fans.
We're throwing money. Nobody's throwing money at us.
Yeah, send cash.
Yeah, send cash.
Cash.
For your pleasure.
And other things like nice cameras. As always, go to this website, www.itsafootballshow.com. Read the blogs.
Follow us on G+ and Facebook.
And this week we had a game last night, which we don't usually watch the Thursday night game, but it's crap. But everybody watched it last night because the Colts were playing.
Yeah. I broke my promise.
I have decided that they just don't play good unless I give up on them emotionally in the middle of the game. If you recall when we were at Eric Jensen's house and they're losing to the Rams real bad, I kept saying things like, oh, don't worry, that's not an insurmountable lead, da-da-da, they didn't score any points. I text messaged him last night about Pep Hamilton needing to get fired and they needed to just clean house. Came out of the locker room, fireworks.
So because you know what happened? Your emotional
roller coaster?
Yeah, an investment in the Colts went down while Andrew Luck was picking that team up in the locker room, giving them that inspirational speech to get them back out there and fighting for the win.
Here's the thing that makes no sense. What you're saying is that you are the cause of whether they win or lose. It has nothing to do with anything but you.
Well, I wish it wasn't the case, but
that's a little egotistical.
Reggie Wayne goes down. They look like they couldn't move the ball to save him. I say as much. I'd say they're not going to win another game for the rest of the season. Fireworks. Yeah. It's like me yelling at them. It's like I'm pulling out a seashell and blowing it, and then the Colts come out of the ocean and they start winning football games. They just won't show up without that.
You're Poseidon of the Sea Ponies.
Yeah.
Apparently that Thank You Hilton guy is a pretty good.
Thank you, Hilton.
Yeah, he's a pretty good receiver.
He's okay. Fleener did all the damage last time. You notice that T.Y. Hilton proved that he can't beat a double team, and the guy who I threw under the bus, Pep Hamilton, did a really nice job just getting him around it. Like, oh, we're going to leave a guy over the top, put a guy underneath him, and all of his routes were underneath. So he would just swim right underneath the guy, catch the ball, grab a loose change and first downs all night, but he never beat anybody deep. Again, good job, Pep Hamilton. You don't need to get fired yet.
Yeah, today.
Until middle of next game when I call for your head or somebody else's, and then fireworks. News.
The news. Christmas came early for shoppers at a Dallas area Walmart on Thursday night, last night.
Do tell.
When, again, Cowboys wide receiver Dez Bryant made an appearance and bought PlayStation 4s for lucky fans.
What?
Yeah,
how did they determine who got them?
I think they were, because last night was the PlayStation 4, everybody, their public release or whatever you want to call it.
Whoever hadn't gone to the produce section grabbed lettuce and tomatoes, and the people that didn't throw that produce at Dez Bryant were the ones that...
Right, everybody but the produce throwers. No, I think what happened was everybody went and got one. He went to go get one as well, got in line, and was like, everybody in this line, I'm buying your PlayStation 4.
That's sweet.
Yeah, so...
It's too bad you weren't in line with that webcam when he was in the store.
Yeah, no kidding. Yeah, he would have been like, your guys' show sucks.
I've seen that thing. Come on.
I watch it, and
I will pay you $800 for that webcam to get you guys off the air.
Yeah.
And here's a PS4.
Yeah. So now, good for Dez Bryant. At least he did something.
It's the first time that we've ever said anything nice about him on the show.
Yeah, I'm sure he'll make the news next week, though.
Yeah.
Did he buy that PS4 that he bought for Jason Witten? Was it a gift to Jason Witten?
To apologize, or
Yeah.
Probably not.
No,
probably not. No. I don't really see Jason Witten as a PS4 player. I see Jason Witten as more of like a man who goes out and hunts other men.
Yeah, that's he doesn't play video games. He has in his backyard.
He is the video game.
It's like there's a gauntlet in his backyard.
Yeah. So the NFL released a statement this week saying that the December 1st Sunday night game between the Washington Redskins and the New York Giants is still scheduled.
We've just had our first catastrophic technical difficulty. We don't know what it was, but we're back on the air, and we were in the middle of the news.
In the middle of the news. Okay, so anyways, December 1st Sunday night's game between the Redskins and the New York Giants is still scheduled as the Sunday night football game. There will not be any changes to it, despite the fact that those two teams are tied for last place in the worst division in football.
But it's still a divisional game, though.
It is a divisional game, but it doesn't matter because they both are stinkers at this point in time.
But it's still going to be a good football game. I mean, they're divisional. It's a divisional game. They're rivals to some extent. I mean, there's a lot of Redskins fans. There's a lot of Giants fans.
If you were to have the ability to swap that game out, would you?
Denver game? I would.
I don't know.
If Denver could play on Sunday night
it would depend on who else is playing because I kind of don't mind watching that game.
I'll give you some other games that are available.
Okay.
Jags at Browns.
No.
Bucks at Panthers. Dolphins at Jets.
Nope.
Falcons at Bills.
No.
I bet that Dolphins-Jets game has.
Oh yeah, no, I'm all for.
Now here's some other games that are that week. Let me give you some other games that are that week. Packers at Lions.
That's a good game.
Raiders at Cowboys.
No.
Steelers at Ravens.
No.
Broncos at Chiefs. Saints at Seahawks.
Well, they already put the one Broncos at Chiefs. They can't option that game twice, I don't think. If I was CBS, I would say no.
Yeah.
You can't have you took one of them from us.
Right.
You cannot have them both.
That's why they can't take it. The other games are on Thursday, Thanksgiving, and the other game is on Monday.
But the Lions game
is on Thanksgiving.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. 3 games on Thanksgiving.
The Lions haven't got to play on Sunday night.
No, and they do not.
They do not?
They will not.
Oh, that is terrible.
No, it's but.
But that Miami Jets game has possibly playoff implications, though.
I don't care to watch it, though.
Actually, the Giants-Redskins does, because the Giants, mark my words, are winning the damn S Bowl this year.
Are you just hedging? Are you hedging this year?
I've learned from experience. Never count out the New York Football Giants.
Well, no, it's when you count out the New York Football Giants.
We did.
That's when we did.
Right.
We counted
Everybody
them out.
did. Everybody
That's
did.
what you're hedging.
They've won 3 in a row. They're winning the rest. Super Bowl. Mark my words. Hey, good news.
Oh yeah.
The Jacksonville City Council has approved funding for Everbank Field to build the world's largest scoreboards to the tune of $63 million.
So they can see how bad they're losing.
Exactly. Giant scoreboards. That's the news.
Ugh. Good God.
So that is a bad surprise. Do you have any other bad surprises?
I do, in fact, have some bad surprises. So last night the Colts played, right?
Yeah.
And as we had mentioned earlier, as Sam's emotional roller coaster was dipping, Andrew Luck gave that speech in the locker room that motivated his team to get back out there. Get on my back, boys. We're taking this one to the house.
Mm-hmm.
So Pat McAfee was quoted as saying.
Who's Pat McAfee for the fans watching at home?
You're not an Indianapolis fan. Pat McAfee is one of the most beloved punters in all of the NFL.
Yes.
A man who starts bar fights and almost always loses.
He's no Hunter the punter.
He's no Hunter Smith, but when you lose Hunter Smith and you get a guy like Pat McAfee, you don't feel that bad about it.
Right.
Proceed.
He had mentioned about Andrew Luck's calming presence, typically, and this was a different Andrew in this locker room.
So, Andrew Luck is normally calm,
collected.
This time he was like, "I will kill you, Pat McAfee."
No, Pat McAfee was saying that about Andrew Luck. Andrew Luck was saying, "I will kill you guys if we don't go out there and win."
Right.
Get on my back. We're going to the house.
Okay.
So
needed to be done. Needed to be said. Good job, Andrew.
Right. So the bad surprise is, so what's going to happen when they have to play the Chiefs, when they have to play an actual team, a winning team, not the Titans? That's going to be a problem.
So beat the winning teams. It's these losers that they have a problem with.
So my solution or my suggestion would be maybe Jim Irsay needs to spend a first-round pick and pick up Ray Lewis to do some motivational speaking.
Or Tim Tebow. Because the Russians love taking advice from Tim Tebow.
Just throw those first-round picks away and get some motivational speakers in there.
I like that, so let's throw the first-round picks away, the Trent Richardson thing. Did you see the other first-round, like the last 10 first-round picks after Peyton Manning? Those were throwaways.
You know who I'd rather listen to?
Tony Hugo?
You know who I'd rather listen to as a motivational speaker than Ray Lewis or Tim Tebow? Matt Foley.
Yeah.
Living in a van down by the river. He would give me better inspiration than Ray Lewis or Tim Tebow ever could.
You want to do with your life?
Yeah.
I want to live in a van down by the
river. Matt Foley works. Ray Lewis does not. For me, at least.
Also in bad surprises this week, I just personally learned, and it might not be news, that there's a website out there called GronkNation.com.
Gronk Nation.
It's dedicated to the Gronkowski family.
I thought you were going to say footandballs.com, because I just found out about footandballs.com.
It might as well be the same thing.
Right.
So GronkNation.com, it's for Rob, the brothers Dan and Chris.
Yeah.
Yeah, the other Gronkowski brothers. And on this website, you can buy old game shoes of Rob Gronkowski, shirts, wine glasses, a product called Gronk-Flakes, like cornflakes, but Gronk-Flakes.
Only they give you scarlet fever.
I don't know. So there's this. So the bad surprise to all of this is that there is a...
That was the good surprise?
I know. This whole thing.
Gronkowski's old jack-off socks
for
sale.
There's...
Boo!
It's not a good surprise.
Boo! Like, that's really good because
they're on sale right now.
Is the guy that says the stupid shit. And
I'm the guy that says the stupid shit.
No, you gronked it.
Gronked out.
So the bad surprise is there's this rap video.
No.
That this guy made, fan video for this site, that is called Game Time Gronkowski.
Mm-hmm.
So it's this whole...
is it Eminem by chance?
It's not. It's
okay.
UFO or USO or somebody like that. So there's this mashup of clips of him lifting weights and playing football and things like that. And this guy wrote this rap song to this thing. So some of the lyrics here: ain't no worries 'cause I still intact. Ask a safety or a cornerback. No holding back, and there's no way you can adapt. Just when you think you got me covered, there I go and make a catch.
I call it what you want to. He's better than Eminem.
For sure. One more here.
Okay.
I could see myself in the end zone already. I'm going deep. Throw it up and I'll get it. Touchdown high fives to Tom Brady. I hear him yelling Gronk time to give them what they want. Check it out.
That's a bad surprise.
It's interesting.
I think that's a good surprise compared to where you started with. Yeah.
Oh man, did
you see the thing that he did, the Gronkowski karaoke business?
No.
So he's singing karaoke and he's doing a real bad job, and the fan comes out, and it's an Oriental gentleman, and he says something about sending him back into the kitchen to make fried rice. And then told everybody that, hey, it's the guy from The Hangover. Like, how can you make yourself look so bad?
Wow.
His shenanigans are, like, it's only a matter of time before.
It is really, I mean, Richie Incognito's been getting the business from everybody.
Getting the business for, joking with his friends inappropriately, but
I guess it's okay to make fun of Asians. Well, seriously, it really is. But if you make fun of a black person or use racial slurs towards a black person, the world goes nuts. But the Asians, whatever, they're fair game. If you're Gronkowski, that's bullcrap, dude.
Bullcrap. Is that the end of the bad surprise?
That's all I have for bad surprises.
This week's Under the Bus.
Page 2.
Play calling, most specifically Todd Haley.
Okay.
The whole business, Roethlisberger wants to quit. He's never said anything about wanting to quit or be traded. That's the assumption. What he wants is for them to fire Todd Haley.
Right.
What every quarterback has ever wanted that's worked with the guy. Fire that guy.
Okay.
I think we've mentioned in the show that his mission with the Pittsburgh offense is to run against 8- and 9-man engagements.
Right.
Which is completely impossible. It
We
reminds
haven't,
me
but go ahead.
of a dream that I had last night. My mom was taking ketchup packets and putting them directly on the burner, and most of them were blowing up and like catching on fire. But every once in a while, some of them would get done just right, and she was putting them in a bin. And she's like, "Oh, most of these got ruined, but some of these are ready, and you guys can eat them whenever you want."
Mm-hmm.
It makes no sense.
It does, actually, because that's what your mom's Italian meatball recipe is.
That's too far, sir.
Jeez. Tony just on
It makes.
I just wanted to make an Italian joke.
But the dream makes more sense than running against 8- and 9-man engagements. You have to look at, say, Pep Hamilton again. He tries it up front. It doesn't work. Moves along, takes what they can give him. Like a gentleman that I saw yesterday who was riding a bicycle very fast. And he had one of those child hats on that makes you look like the top of your head is a cow. And then it straps up.
Okay, sure.
But he was our age, and he was moving along,
So
and he was singing something.
22?
Yeah, I'm thinking he's like our age, 30. Oh, our age, 22.
Right,
That's
right.
Oh boy. He's moving right along, and he's singing something, and as he's passing me, he was singing time after time, cooking along on a bicycle with this cow on his head. He's taking what the world has given him, and he's running with it. He's playing the cards that were dealt to him.
Sounds like he's doing his thing.
He's doing his thing. He's not doing what Todd Haley.
That's
That's
his
right.
world.
Yeah.
We're living in it.
He wouldn't have done that. He would have tried to do something else with all of those pieces, and you can't. So Todd Haley's under the bus.
Time after time.
Time after time. That's a bold choice. You're riding around on a bicycle with a children's hat.
When you're gonna go down that road, just go all the way, man.
And I still don't know any of the lyrics to that song other than time after. It's like time after time.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, own it.
Yeah, there you go. So got a special segment this week.
We do have a special segment this week, but are we gonna skip the fun fact?
I was gonna let you do the fun facts afterwards.
Oh,
Go
okay.
ahead and do the fun fact.
Okay, I'll make some quick hits. These are not NFL fun facts throughout history. These are just for the 2013 series up to this point, or season up to this point. On Sunday, the Packers will likely have their third starting quarterback in the last 13 days. Aaron Rodgers, Seneca Wallace, and Matt Tolzien, and now Matt Flynn. So it's actually potentially four.
Did they bring Matt Flynn back in?
Yeah.
Matt Flynn is back in. So
I don't think he's going to get the nod, though.
4 quarterbacks in 13 days.
Mm-hmm. Flynn will probably get the nod.
Well,
Okay.
3 quarterbacks have been playing for the Packers since 1992. And
Yeah, that's crazy.
What? And one of them is Matt Flynn. I mean, what? So that's a fun fact.
That is a fun fact.
The Denver Broncos have scored more points than the last 2 Super Bowl champions combined.
All right.
The MVPs of the last 2 Super Bowls, Eli Manning and Joe Flacco, have a combined quarterback rating of 145.8, just 13
Combined?
higher than Nick Foles' quarterback rating of 132.5.
Well, I think the highest is 142 or something, isn't it?
No, it's 150, I thought.
It is 150?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Alex Smith is 30-5 in his last 35 starts. Peyton Manning and Tom Brady are 27-8 in their last 35 starts, which is 1 game better than Aaron Rodgers and 5 better than Drew Brees. Alex Smith is the hottest quarterback in the world.
No.
There's your fun facts.
I've been a big defender of Alex Smith for
I like Alex
quite
Smith,
a while.
I like Alex Smith, too, except for when he's on my fantasy team.
Ooh, that was a good
Yeah.
year.
Well, that's good.
Hey, how about that? We're continuing.
We're still on you, Mr. Aaron.
I have discovered, NFL world, the most interesting man in the world. And he's a goddamn American hero. And his name is Mark Harmon's dad.
What is Mark Harmon's dad's name?
Well, let's get to Mark Harmon first,
Okay, Mark
because
Harmon.
Mark Harmon is an interesting football character to begin with. Now, we all know Mark Harmon
NCIS, right?
from NCIS
right.
and Summer School, which is a great movie. If you've never seen Summer School, totally check it
And
out.
30-something, which was our cue to go to bed as children.
Right.
I've never seen an episode, but I knew all about it.
So you've seen the commercials, Mark Harmon, this campaign with the NFL of the, our family tradition as far as football. You've seen these commercials, right, with Rob Lowe and
Yeah.
Anyways, you've seen Mark Harmon. Well, not very many people know that I used to play quarterback for UCLA. So he played quarterback for UCLA for starting quarterback in 72 and 73. Now, during his very first game for UCLA, he engineered a stunning upset of the two-time defending national champion Nebraska Cornhuskers.
Boy.
Those
Nailing it.
timing
Special
Reverend. The Bruins were the 18-point underdog and won 20-17 under the arm of Mark Harmon. Mark Harmon received the National Football Foundation Award for all-around excellence his senior year, and during his 2 years as quarterback, Coach Pepper Rogers' Wishbone Coach Pepper Wishbone's blah blah blah. The UCLA Bruins compiled a 17-5 record. That's pretty bad for a guy that doesn't get Mark Harmon. Now Mark Harmon's father, Tom, check this.
Okay.
He played college at the University of Michigan from 38 to 40.
Mm-hmm.
During that time, he won the Heisman. Yeah, kind of a big deal.
The Heisman's a big deal.
He was a tailback in the single wing formation, but also excelled as kicker. Now, here's some stats for you.
Yeah, single wing is what we have been calling the Wildcat.
Right, exactly. He rushed for 2,134 yards.
Wow.
And completed 100 passes for 1,300 yards.
What?
16 touchdowns and scored 237 points all told.
Was he the only player on the Wolverines
Now,
offense?
Yes, because during his career he played all 60 minutes 8 times. Never got off the field 8 games out of his entire career. 2 years. That's like
ridiculous. 8-man football.
He was also on their varsity basketball team. Now, in his final game against Ohio State, he led the Wolverines to a 40-0 victory, scoring 3 rushing touchdowns, 2 passing touchdowns, 4 extra points, intercepting 3 passes, and punting 3 times for an average of 50 yards.
That is awesome.
Amazing. So he's very good at the football.
Yes.
Wow.
It would seem.
Now he then, after he graduated, got elected to the college football All-American team, or both years he made it. Then he won the Heisman, the Maxwell Award, and a bunch of stuff. Now he goes on to the draft in 1941. The Bears take him, the NFL draft. Okay. So the Bears pick him up. He was the number 1 draft, or the number 1 pick in the NFL draft in 1941. But instead he said, no, I don't want to play for the Bears. He went to the New York Americans in the AFL, or signed with them. But then...
No, I meant the World War II draft.
Right. Now we're getting to that.
Damn.
Hitler happens.
Yeah.
He doesn't get drafted. He enlists. He Pat Tillmans it up. Says, no, I'm going to go fight for my country. He joins the... he became a pilot in the Army Air Corps. And in early 1943, he parachuted out of his plane during a tropical storm over the South American jungle. He was the only one that survived. Everybody else died or was never found. It was such a big deal that the American government sent out a huge search rescue for him. Like, he was the biggest search rescue mission during all of World War II. Get Tom Harmon. So they sent in a ton of guys that got him. He ends up doing all sorts of crap. His P-38 was shot down by the Japanese during a dogfight when she was forced to bail out, shooting down like 80 planes or something like that. Awarded the Purple Heart and the Silver Star.
What?
Yes.
That's amazing.
Then, after the war's over, he comes back. He plays football for the Rams, but because of his wartime injuries, he's no good.
Wow.
He gave up his damn football career for the sake of all of us, so that we can be free and not speak Nazi.
Is there a
In
book written about this
1954,
guy?
yeah, well, there should be. In
You should write this
1954,
book.
Tom Harmon was enshrined in the College Football Hall of Fame. He died in March 15, 1990, at the age of 70.
That's quite a tale. The
Isn't
shrine
that
is
amazing?
a little thick,
Most
but-
interesting man in all of football.
Yeah.
That is pretty.
And he's a celebrity's dad. So good for the Harmons, I say.
Oh, we forgot to do the trivia question, which is going to be the last thing that we do because we had about 2 minutes of not being there.
on the
Yeah,
Harmon.
impressive, huh?
Yeah, that
Like,
is
wow. Screw it.
Might I say that was even more interesting than Rusty Leish, which was real interesting.
Yeah. I was watching NFL AM this week, and Mark Harmon was on. And he was talking about his dad and winning the. And I said, Tom Harmon. Maybe I'll dig into this a little bit. The deeper I got, the more I was like, wow. Like, I didn't get into the World War II stuff very much at all because of time constraints. There could be just a Tom Harmon World War II book written.
Yeah. Mark needs to write that. Mark, if you're watching, write that book.
Good on you, buddy. Good genes you got there.
Nice
Okay.
blacks, too.
Yeah. Ooh.
All right. So for the trivia question this week, so who was the first team to win a game by a walk-off safety, and what year did it happen?
Now, I am stupid. I had to ask what the heck a walk-off safety is. Go ahead and explain.
So a walk-off safety is in overtime. The first team that scores wins. So when there's a safety, the game ends, and the team that scored the safety
walk
wins.
off the
You
field.
walk off.
Yeah,
You
game's
score the
over.
safety, and you get off the field and go take a shower.
Oh, go ahead.
You wanna-
I'm going to guess the
Guesses?
1990 Kansas City Chiefs.
I'm going to say the 1984 Redskins.
No, close though with the Chiefs in the 90s. It was 1989 was the year.
Ah, I was in the right decade.
Yeah, you were. Yeah, that was good. And it was the Vikings against the Rams.
Interesting.
So who's the safety?
Who scored the safety?
It was Mike Merriweather.
Oh, really? How about that?
Blocked a punt into the end zone. So the most lackluster way to end a football game, a walk-off safety.
Actually, that's bad.
Merriweather.
I think a blocked punt's more exciting than a sack.
Yeah, so the Dolphins won 2 weeks ago because of a sack. That's what happened.
Right.
Yeah, it was kind of lackluster. But the Jerry Burns was coach of the Vikings at the time, and he said a great game for $23. Where can you get that much entertainment for $23?
Boy, I wish that we could still get that much entertainment for $23.
Yeah. No, you can't.
No, you can't.
So there was a bonus. Sorry, there was a bonus to
You
the question.
can get that much entertainment for free
Behind Tacos.
right
Tacos,
here.
Tacos. Oh.
Behind Tacos, that's $2, bro.
Yeah.
So there was a bonus to the question. How many times has it actually happened in NFL history?
I'm going to guess twice.
17 times.
No, the answer is 3 times.
Oh.
Yeah. So 1989 Vikings, 2004 Bears against the Titans, and 2 weeks ago Dolphins against the Bengals.
That is a really under happening thing.
Yeah, doesn't happen very often.
Good for anybody who does it.
And I guess the show's